All right, traders, it's E from MarketWizards.com. About 10 minutes of 12 on Friday, the 7th of June, 2024. Reminding traders to use risk capital you can afford to lose. All right, let's take a look at what I think are the two most important charts that we were looking at this morning. Obviously, Orbo charts are helpful, but we wanted to use the Bible, which obviously is our system pivots. And as always, we like to look at a 2-day chart. Turns out the 2-day chart today is an engulfing bar that took out yesterday's low, but also the high first thing. So this was a profit-taking move pre-market, and suggestion was obviously I had the feeling that they were going to use that 50 area plus or minus. And that's why it was just simply a gut call. Let's use 950 support. Let's use 050 as the middle, and let's use 150 because we knew that was a target from yesterday, that 140 to 150 zone. And let's use that as resistance. So typically, when you get a hard, sharp move, that first move that takes out the prior day's high and then comes back under it, that's a violation that triggers stops for all of the traders who were thinking about that short is valid. So it knocks out those shorts, but then it also whacks all the re-entry buyers and comes down hard and fast. And as you know, the angel today, um, where it held this morning, let me bring that chart, versus the demon was very lopsided. Okay, so that was our angel first thing, the 69.5, and this is your demon right here. You cannot use it. It's just too long, too large. You have to use a money stop. So I was reading it fairly correctly this morning that we not only wanted to have that high test, but also get a low test too, which is basically profit taking for the weeklies and the monthlies too, for that matter. And we don't want to overstay either of these zones. Here is your primary resistance right here, that 88, and 08 is back here, 984. And you can see how we dried up very quickly and could not sustain it here. And my feeling at the open was, make sure you don't think we're going all the way back down there. I just didn't think that was possible. And I said so. I said at the time, maybe we get the 842 trade. So an 842 is from high to low. That's your eight boxes. And then you get your 4 trade, which is 4 boxes back. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, right back to the middle. And then at the open, let's think about this, plus or minus 50 points for the first dynamic swings, and this held. And then once this holds and we get above the 17 again, which was yesterday's low, then we're looking to come back in, take out that middle, see if we can't get up here to the gaps and close that. And then we're trading the pipe. And then on any follow through, you're looking subsequently for this 95, right? Because that would be your 100-point trade from this low RTH. And then the sweeper is going to come up here into that 7/8 zone and respect yesterday's high, hopefully, if you're looking for a second short. And then anybody that takes that short, you're still thinking of this trade right here, paid for sure, coming into the 70s and 60s, right? Big pivot 62.5 right here. And then anything you can get below that's good fortune. And you've got to try to remember this 17 to 20 area, right, from yesterday, and say, okay, I don't want to overextend this. And that's a 100-point type trade now with this 70 area in the middle. So realistically, if you get your mind around the swings correctly, as we did today, you can absolutely kill it. And the thing you don't want to do is fight it. So anybody like right now on this power swing from 20 support is trying to get back up and close above the settle. I would not push it past the 95 area right here. And that's going to be basically a substantial trade going into lunch. And then the horse trading now for the afternoon will probably be between this 40 area, the middle, and this high up here. And it doesn't really matter if you've had a good day. You need one good trade. And if you've had it, you want to lock your profits and you're going to keep them. You're going to say, "Who cares? I'm going to go play golf." So, at any rate, this is the way I try to analyze the market. And I hope that helps you with your trading. All right, and just wrapping up with the Orbo, looking at obviously the 2-day, which is the 1-day. Got that sharp down, -2 standard deviations. We get the pop back up to the rain line. We get the first trigger is short side, but we had the feeling that we're going to go test long side too. And if you looked at your deeper Orbo charts, remember we use 3. This was our trigger right here for the second time. We never do break our 30-second Orbo, and obviously we don't break the deeper Orbo, and we come out the top. So this is actually your trigger right here going alongside, and we get the 2 standard deviations at 120 zone and turns around profit taking. But note, when we come back down, this is about a 100-point trade. It cannot bust the lows. Chop, 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 and then we're off to the races again, bouncing obviously to test resistance zone. So the Orbo trade this morning, let's see, it's 12 o'clock. So technically Orbo is done, but the Orbo was triggered on the long side by our power Orbo and not the short side. This is that first rush. And we have advised, obviously, let it go for a few minutes. You don't have to be in that first 30 seconds. So anybody took this immediately gets reversed and keeps fighting it when in fact the power thrive comes from the deeper one. And that's where the big boys are playing, the OTF footprint. And as always, you should have one chart without any of the stuff on there. I hope the widget has helped you guys. Technically, we ended the session a week or so ago, and I've given some extra time. I wanted to make sure I was fair with everybody. Some of you have had additions to your family. Some have had changes in your schedule or you've had to do additional work or you've been on vacation. And I wanted to be fair and give you the extra time. I'm going on vacation. I'm heading back to Connecticut actually tomorrow morning. And the room will stay open for those that want to help each other. I'll probably take some time up there with the grandkids and heading to Martha's Vineyard, but I will keep in touch. And obviously, you're welcome to use the room to help post and help each other. And I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with some insights that are simple but not easy. And once you find the right rhythm and you put something in your pocket, guard it. You don't have to turn around and give it right back as if it's free money. It's yours to keep once you make it, and get jealous of that. Looking at this pattern, we can easily see that we have been making higher highs and actually lower highs. But for now, this is the big boy range that's being resolved right there, and you can see it. So I hope the ideas I've shared with you are helpful, and we'll continue to work together and see if we can help each other continue to understand how to play this game a little bit better and use it as a business. All right, signing off. Hope you have a wonderful weekend.